Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing my last uni update of kind of the ones that I've been doing throughout the year, and from the title you've probably guessed, I am changing my university course. It's a massive decision, and this is why I wanted to make a video about it. And also through the process of kind of changing my course, I've learnt that a lot of people are also in the same position, so I thought by making this video I might be able to kind of like just tell you a lot about how I've kind of dealt with it, why I've made a decision to change, and also to help you if you are in the same position to realise that it's not the end of the world if you want to change. So since I was about 12, I have always wanted to be a fashion buyer. I can't think of any time where I didn't want to be a fashion buyer, or at least not work in fashion. I was just so, yeah, definitely want to be a fashion buyer. And I always kind of had this plan. Everything I've picked up until now has been to be a fashion buyer, to do fashion buying at university, or at least do fashion at university. It's all been very much picked in conjunction, and I don't know, just everything, even like putting fashion videos on this channel to make me more appealing to universities. It went to that much of like a breadth that everything I was doing was picking because I wanted to do this career. Throughout GCSEs and A-levels, I picked subjects that I thought would relate to fashion buying, just like business and geography. I don't know if everything was related. So once I got into Manchester and I kind of started the degree, it was great to start with, and I really enjoyed it because I was thinking, great, this is like, I'm learning about fashion, I'm learning about something that I really enjoy, and I just thought this is fantastic. And I was absolutely loving it. And then I think in the first couple of months of university, you're hardly even focusing on the course. You're focusing on your friends, going out, you know, your flat, like all of the new things, moving away from home, all of those kind of things that are very new to you, rather than kind of your course, because that's going to be there for the whole 4 years. The newness isn't going to be there for the whole 4 years. So after Christmas, I got a few assignments back and I wasn't very happy with the grades, and I think I've made a video about that already, so I'll leave the other uni updates down below because it's in one of those videos. So I wasn't happy with the grade, and I was a bit like, like throughout A-levels I'd always done quite well, not amazing, but I was doing quite well, and I put a lot of effort into this, so I was thinking I didn't really understand why I hadn't done as well, and I was really struggling to get over that, and as I said, I spoke about that in the other video, so I won't go on too much about it. But it kind of got to after Christmas and I started to not really enjoy the course as much. I don't really know why. I can't put a finger down on kind of what specific thing ticked my mind and I thought I didn't want to do this anymore. I think one thing that it was very specific is fashion buying, and if you don't want to do fashion buying, off you go, kind of thing. It was merchandising as well, which is in the course, but it was very specific, and I thought that was great before I went, because obviously I knew that I just wanted to be a fashion buyer, so it didn't matter for me before I went. But I got here and thought, I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I was also working throughout my degree at a fashion agency in Manchester, and I also think that kind of showed me what fashion was like in an industry, and I kind of realised it's not somewhere that I want to work. So very much got very scared kind of after Christmas. And I really tried to convince myself that this is what I wanted to do, and that I wanted to stick with it. And I really tried. You know, I had assignments, I really tried in them, and I did end up doing better throughout the year. But I just know deep down that it wasn't for me, and that I don't know what it is. Don't ask me to put a finger down it, because I can't. It is a good course, it is taught well, you know, it's interesting, but for me it doesn't suit, and I think that's perfectly fine to admit that, and I've kind of got to terms now that you can admit that. You can admit that you've picked something that is wrong for you. You haven't failed in life, you've just picked something that's wrong. And I do think a lot of people do it, because I've been told through choosing a different course that a lot of people do pick the wrong degree. All of my friends that I have are all from my course, so they really enjoy it, they love it, like it's not a bad degree. So I'm just telling you, if you have done this degree, or if you're picking it, and you're just about to take your A-levels, don't think, oh my god, that Jess has said it's now awful. It's not awful inside, it's just not for me. Anyway, so since Christmas I've really not been enjoying myself, and I've just kind of been really thinking about different options. I've been thinking about, you know, maybe I should just leave, maybe I should go home, not come back next year, just, you know, try and get a job. Because I didn't really know what else I could do, and really that was all that was on my mind. Like, I need to leave, I need to just go, like. But I absolutely love university life. I couldn't think of anywhere better to be. I've said a million times, Manchester is an amazing place to pick to go to university. It's just perfect. It's an amazing city. I've made some amazing friends. I love the university that I'm in. Everything about university is amazing apart from my course. So I knew that I didn't really want to leave, but I was trying to work out kind of what I could do. So for about 4 months I was just in my own little head. I hadn't really mentioned it to anyone. I'd mentioned little things that I wasn't really enjoying myself, but I hadn't specifically said to anybody, I don't want to do this, because it's scary, and you've picked this degree, your parents have supplied you with some money, you've started, you know, you've got your tuition loans. It's a year worth of like tuition that you've, you know, paid for or loaned from the student loan company. You've done all your A-levels, you've put so much stress into getting here to do that course, and now suddenly you've just gone, actually don't want to do that anymore. And I was just so scared that everyone would just be like, no, you're carrying on with it, kind of thing, or you should persevere, you don't know, like, well, no, I know, kind of thing. Anyway, so I was very, very worried, and about 2 weeks ago I bit the bullet and I just told my mum and dad, and I told Bradley, and I just was kind of like, look, I don't want to do this anymore, I can't do this anymore, I'm not happy. And really, the last time I was properly like wholly happy was probably doing A-levels. Now that sounds ridiculous, because anyone that's doing A-levels will know they're awful, but seriously, I got to university, and even though everything else about my life, like every single little bit is perfect, the fact that the main reason I'm here obviously is because of the course. If you're just going to come to university and not study anything, you're not going to be here, are you? So the whole reason that I was here was because of the course. So kind of that bit was really getting me upset. So obviously, even though everything else in my life was happy, that part wasn't. And I can't remember the last time that everything was happy. And that's when I knew I need to change. And that's what I said to my parents. I was like, look, I'm not happy, I'm not carrying on with this. And I really said at the end of the day, I have thought about this for 4 months. You don't know I have, because I haven't told you. But don't say to me, oh, think about it, because no, I've thought about it for 4 months. You know, it's kind of obvious that I know what I'm doing. Anyway, so after talking to them about it and all this, I started having a few meetings and a few kind of discussions about which course I wanted to do. So I started looking through everything on the MMU website. From childcare to chemistry. I wasn't going to do chemistry, I don't have sciences, but childcare to chemistry to law to events management to business to other fashion courses. There were so many things that I could have done. The ones that I picked out of the bunch were events management and law. The thing for me is that because since I was 12 I've always wanted to be a fashion buyer, I never had that thing of, oh, which degree should I do, or what do I want to do when I'm older, because I was new. So I've never had, before I went to university, like looking at different degrees, I didn't really even know what anything else kind of was, or what anything else, you know, involved, or anything. I had no clue. So I picked events management and law just because I thought they were quite interesting. I've always had an interest in law, especially in recent years, and events management sounded interesting to me. So I booked meetings with a couple of people that I needed to book meetings with. So people at the student hub, student support advisors, program leaders, and then people for the law and events management courses. I have 2 exams for this course that I'm currently on, which when this video goes up I will have already taken one that day, and there's one on the Monday after this video goes up. So I got 2 exams, so I was like, well, do I have to take them? What happens if I don't take them? Obviously, you're not going to have the motivation to revise for an exam if you're not carrying on with the course. So at the end of the day, even if I was taking them, I wouldn't be motivated. That was my thought. So I thought I need to sort that out. I just had so many things I needed to sort out. So in the past kind of 2 weeks, I've really kind of gone through loads of things and tried to work out what I wanted to do. So long story cut short, I went to see the law woman and found that really interesting. I'm saying law woman, I mean like the lecturer. That was really interesting. I thought, yeah, really can see myself doing this, but it is a difficult degree, and I was worried about that. Then I went to see the events management lady, and I was like, no, definitely not for me. I then came back from the events management thing. I sat in my room and I thought, do you know what, do I really want to do law? Like, I've got nothing against it, and I was really interested in it, and I'd read a lot of things. I'd read books, I'd read revision guides, all of these things like online, and I was really interested, but it wasn't quite me. I don't know what it wasn't quite me. And I thought to myself, why don't I look at business management? I did business management at GCSE and A-level. I did quite well in it. I find it interesting. I know some of the things like in business management, and I am very interested in management. That is something that I am interested in a career. And business management is a very broad degree. I can very much go into very many different fields with that degree. And I thought to myself, why don't I just look at it? So I looked at that and I thought, yeah, I'm really interested in it. So I booked a meeting with the woman, and it was quite funny because this whole time I'd been going to my parents, yeah, it's either events management or law, definitely, really, really, and then suddenly I just went, going to a business management meeting. And I think they probably thought she has no clue what she's doing. I think probably everyone thought that. And I went to the meeting with the business management lecturer, and I thought to myself, 100% this is what I want to do. And I just knew she was really lovely to me, and we had a really nice chat, and I don't know, I just really felt that this was the course for me. So I'm changing to business management. It is a 4-year sandwich course. I've handed in my application, all things like that. I've just got to finish off doing student finance, which when you're changing your university course, you had to fill out a 36-page document to change your student finance, which is ridiculous. Now, I know that this video has been really rambly. I've tried to refilm it quite a few times because I thought no one's going to understand, but I can't get my words out if I'm trying to do it structured. I need to ramble. What I want to say to you all is I was really scared. Since like before I was even a teenager, I've known that I've literally wanted to be a fashion buyer, I've wanted to work in fashion, I've known the degree I wanted to do, everything. And suddenly I got here and it all went tits up, and I was scared because I thought, I don't want to jack this all in because I love university. I don't want to carry on with this degree because it's not something I want to do and I'm going to be unhappy for 4 years. So what do I do? And I was stuck in such a little thing, a little rut basically of like, what do I do? And I just want to tell you, you're not a failure, because that is exactly what I thought. I thought I have failed everyone. Everyone's going to be so disappointed in me. And really, they're not. You're still carrying on at university, and even if you're not, you're going home. At the end of the day, no, you're not failing in anything just because you can't carry on with the degree because you don't enjoy it. And that's where I kind of thought, I can't tell anyone because everyone's going to think I'm just awful and I'm a failure. And I've got past that now, and I'm really happy that I've made this decision. I'm so happy that I've made a decision to change my course because I finally know that I'm going to be doing something that I'm going to enjoy, or hopefully anyway. And because it's broad as well, there's some units that obviously you'll really like and some units you won't, but because it's broad, it's not like you're just learning about one subject. What I mean in that is, obviously I was learning about fashion, it was just the fashion industry. There's no other interests you're going to be talking about, it's just fashion. Whereas obviously learning on a business course, you might be talking about a few fashion companies, but there's also other industries you're going to be talking about, which definitely interest me a lot more. I'm really sorry for this video being so rambly, but I just wanted to tell you all basically and be really honest that I wasn't enjoying my course. But I also want to say, so anyone that's emailed me and asked about the course or have left comments and stuff, I know I've kind of given you an overview of the course, which I've done for quite a few people, and I've given you an overview of the course and said it's really good. It is a good course, that's why I'm telling you it's good, and as a fashion buying and merchandising degree, it is great, but for me it wasn't. So I wasn't lying to you or trying to make out that it was like better than it is, because it is a good degree and it's taught well and it is interesting, but for me it's just not right. I just thought I'd tell you all in case you were all thinking that I'd lied to you. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. The button is just down below. Leave any video requests down below as well, anything related to summer that you want to see, and yeah, that's about it really. So I will speak to you all very soon. Bye.